Hello and welcome back to a very long overdue episode of The Laid Back Trader. Now I have to apologise, it's been over a year since I last uploaded a video, and for those of you who remember, I was in the middle of an FTMO challenge and I was not doing well. Well, the quick update on that is that I failed that challenge. I went over their max daily loss by a couple of $100 and failed it. I'd put way too much pressure on myself. I had a new job that was very demanding. I was trying to record and document the process, and I also feel like there was some flaws with my trading as well. Mostly with confirmation. Confirmation was my biggest issue, and lot sizing potentially. Lot sizing as well. I was trading sort of one maybe. I don't even think I traded two lots on that. So a year has passed. I continued trading on my account. I got better. I just evolved and finally thought, do you know what? It's time to do it again. So on December 31st, 2021, I bought £140,000 challenge. And yeah, why did I buy it on the 31st? It's because FTMO were running a 10% discount. So I managed to get it for 900 quid, I think. And I started the process again. And the game has already been given away, I've just realised on my screen. But I have passed. I passed the challenge, and then I passed the verification. And today was the day, on a Sunday, very impressed with FTMO, working over the weekend. And today was the day that I got my my FTMO account, my actual account. So super exciting, but I'm going to talk you through the journey that I took. And I'm not going to lie, it was horrible. Absolutely hated almost every minute, apart from the 2 days where I passed each of the verifications. Yeah, absolutely grueling. But we'll go into that in a little bit more detail. So the first challenge that I took over the January period, I finished in profit, but and I didn't break any of their rules. I'm very careful with their rules. Follow the rules because they will not budge on the rules. But I finished in profit, so I got a retake. So I ended up doing that sort of February to March time. And let's look in the details. It's really interesting, actually. I'll tell you as much as I remember of it. It was going back a month and a bit now. But yes, so straight off the bat, I went into a drawdown pretty quickly after 7 trades. I was 5k down. I'm not going to lie. I was reasonably calm and whatever, but it was stressful. It was really stressful. Going into a drawdown immediately absolutely sucks, if I'm being totally honest with you, and it really challenges your psychology. So yeah, I went down 5k, and bearing in mind I was nowhere near their max loss. Actually, and I didn't really even get close to their max daily loss, but still 5k psychologically. So now I have to go from making 14k to 19k in a month's period, which is seemingly less likely. So psychologically, that took me out. But anyway, I managed to, over the next couple of trades, 2 trades later, I managed to get out of the drawdown. Went up. I had some really nice big wins that I'd left in over a certain period of time, quite a long period of time. That got me out of it. And then continued to climb, got all the way up to the lofty heights of 10k in profit, which was exciting. And then kind of my psychology was sort of challenged again, because then I started wimping out a little bit, sort of making my stop loss really tight, taking out profits really quickly, thinking I only need less than 4 grand here. Come on, you can do this, you can do this. So this decline here that you see, all the way back down to 5 grand in profit. That was my psychology again, I would say. But then I pulled myself together. I thought, right, okay, come on, managed to get out of it. And then it was a relatively quick process to get to £14,485 profit. So yeah, straight into a drawdown, absolutely grueling process. Some really nice analytics. I love FTMO for their analytics. I think it's really good what they're able to provide here. Because I'm really bad at journaling my trades. I don't do it just because wants to trade. If I lost a trade, the last thing I want to do is write about it. And if I won a trade, probably, I don't know. I'd never have the inclination to journal anything, which I know a lot of people do, and it's a sensible thing to do. But anyway, so let's look at this. We can see that my average profit was just shy of £2,000, and my average loss was 651. So really pleased with that. Risk to reward of 3.02. I managed to do it in 30 trades. So these were sort of like, I would say a little bit of day trading, but mainly sort of like 2 or 3 day swing trades was what I was going for. In total, I used 428 lots, and I'll talk about lots a little bit later, and how I use them to my advantage. Win rate, again, when you've got a risk to reward of 3, you can get away with a lower win rate, 43%. I wasn't actually too disappointed with that. I'll take that all day long. And then a profit factor of 2.31. And if you pause the video, you can see what the definition of a profit factor is. Okay, so let's look at the individual trades. I actually don't remember any of these, if I'm being totally honest with you. Really, well, clearly actually here, this was probably during that decline. Very small profits. This is where I've moved my stop to break even or just above too early. And then let some trades go all the way. And then when I've widened my stop loss, I've let them run and lost a couple of grand there. But yeah, a couple of standout trades for me were, if I go to the next page, if I remember correctly, where have they gone? Yeah, here. So these two trades, so on the Euro JPY and the odd JPY, we were buying. So the Japanese yen was, as everybody still knows now, was falling like a stone, and I was capitalizing on that. But I put those two trades in. So I bought Euro JPY and I bought odd or Australian dollar JPY. One was 10 lots and one was 15 lots, and I left them in. I can't remember how long. Close, open 20 seconds. Okay, so they were only in. I put them in the night before, and then the next afternoon I took them out. So not massively long trades, but 5k or 5.5k and then 7k. That mopped up all of my drawdown and then some, and put me into profit, which was absolutely fantastic. Won't go into too much of the analytics here, but it will tell you I'm better when I buy. That makes sense because my two biggest trades were both buys, but I was profitable on average on both, which is really good. There were some interesting stats. I should have gone through this before I looked. Volume is very much of a muchness on that one. Take that with a pinch of salt. This is interesting to some degree. I was trading mostly JPY pairs. I was trying to capitalize on JPY dropping, but obviously lost 3.5 grand on GBP JPY. I don't like GBP JPY. It doesn't form nice structures. It's a bit chaotic and a bit hectic. But yeah, some nice, interesting stats there. Managed to get myself out of that drawdown. And this challenge, actually, I would say was relatively painless to a degree. But yeah, the verification, however, if we go to the client area, the verification was horrible. I hated every minute on it because the pressure is now on. In a way, you'd think that the pressure would be off because you have 2 months to make half the amount of profit. So you have 2 months to make 7,000, which is 5% on a £140,000 pound account. But if we go into the metrics here, I was in the hurt locker for such a long time. My job, I got promoted at work, and my job took an extremely sort of sharp turn in terms of like taking up my time. And we've got big growth plans for 2022, and they were all kicking into gear. So I was very much, I had almost no time to spend at the screen whatsoever during working hours, and my working hours have typically been sort of 9 in the morning till 8, 9 at night. It's just been absolutely chaotic. So I went into a drawdown almost immediately. I went into profit by 900 quid, thought this is going well. Went into a drawdown, kept sort of trying to get my way out of it, kept missing trades because I was on meetings, I was on calls. And yeah, and it was just a bit of a mess, and I hated it, absolutely hated it. I was in the drawdown for a month before I came out, and you can see that I came out pretty quickly. But then I think it was here. I will go down. This is a bit more fresh in my memory. The 6th. Does that make sense? The 6th. Yes. So I took the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th off of work. I gave myself 3 days to try and get out of this this drawdown, if I could. So where was I? The 5th, I was there. Right. So on the 6th, I managed to. I think I made $2,500 on the 6th, which put me up here. Then dropped down the next day for a short period of time, actually, because on the 7th, and then I got up to here. So in 2 days, I managed to get myself out of this hole that I was in from here up to here. And then on the 8th, so the Friday, the last day that I had off, and I was thinking, oh God, at least I'm hopefully going to get myself out of the drawdown with those 3 days off, but we'll see. And then thankfully, I had had some really nice success on some trades that I'm going to show you actually. So Euro New Zealand dollar and Euro Australian dollar. Again, we were expecting Euro strength because it'd come down to a really key level of support. And we were expecting New Zealand dollar and Australian dollar to drop. Actually, they were dropping, so they reached new highs. As you will all know, the indexes were super high, and they were starting to break down. And we were expecting a big move, and it was just the stars aligned. I got really lucky that it happened on this day. But I managed to make what did I do? I can't remember. These 2 trades here. I did one for just shy of 4K and then one for just over 4K on that last day, which was intense. But it happened. Do you know what was lovely? It happened. I think I closed them out. Oh no, there you can see I closed them out at 11 o'clock, and yeah, just before 11 o'clock, I'd kind of made all my money back. So despite, and this is, for me, this is really important for anybody watching doing this. This was hell. And this would have been so easy for me to just stay in this rut and stay, be really disheartened and be weak effectively and just give in and go, oh, do you know what? I've ballsed this up. I need to just, walk away from this situation. I'm not saying that I am psychologically strong. I'm saying this tested me. And I think when I finished, I was so happy, I was so elated, but I felt like this huge weight had been lifted off my chest. We've had loads of other things going on. We're buying a new house. Like I said, I've got this promotion that I'm still dealing with, lots of extra responsibility and stuff like that. What else are we doing? I feel like there's something else pretty significant going on. No, that's probably it. But anyway, so all of these things are happening, and I blocked it all out and said 3 days. Put a dent in it, try and get back into profit, and then you've got another month to finish it. Because I could have gone till, I think it was the 5th of May, because it's a 2-month process. But anyway, so the stars aligned and I was really lucky. And I'm going to show you those 2 trades actually. I've rewound them so that you can see. Really, really simple. I won't jump between the indexes. I've only rewound these 2 trades. But we were expecting Euro strength, so the Euro index was right at the bottom, and it was starting to show a really nice bounce up from a key area of support. And New Zealand dollar and Australian dollar were just starting to break, like a massive 4-hour channel. So what I was looking for on this trade was I was looking for a 5-minute break of this line, and this was at 8 o'clock in the morning because I remember my son was just on his way out the door to go to nursery, and I was in my pajamas. I was sat in this chair, and I was thinking, if we get a 5-minute break, I'm in. I'm absolutely laughing. If I can scroll out a little bit to give you the context here, but this really nice upward channel. I was half expecting it to come down, retest this here, this support trend, and then break above, but I was willing to take it whenever it decided to break above this. Now this was, it's not an amazingly defined. I would normally like at least 3 touches on this trend line, but again, I mean, I was just I knew it was going up. I saw the indexes breaking, the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar breaking down. I saw euro bouncing up really nicely, and I thought, you know what? Wait for a 5-minute break. So let's play this out. I'll show you, play it bit by bit. Okay, so that for me was the break. Okay, so now from there we've bought. That candle is closed. It's a 5-minute. I'm only looking for a 5-minute close, but I'm also looking at its behavior. If it looks like a candle that's sort of indecision and sort of finishes just above it, I'm not particularly fussed. But this really went for it, and then as it always would, it starts thinking about it. So I bought it there. I put my stop down here somewhere. I think below these previous lows. I put 20 lots in. Quite happy with that. I think my risk was 1,100 quid. Or something like that. I was quite happy with that. And then we watched it play out. And I put it on slow. I should have probably done this a bit faster. But this was a sight to behold. Just kept going and going. And my take profit, by the way, was about here, I think. Was it here? No, it might have been up here. Sorry. It might have been around up here. But I'd calculated it where I wanted it. There it goes. And then that would have taken me out. But what I wanted, I would have let this run. If this was my personal account, I would have let this run till the cows come home and moved my stop up. And then, because I had expected to break out of a much bigger channel here, which it eventually did. But yeah, I'd calculated it to the pound, how much I needed each of these trades. And I'll show you the Euro Australian. It's very similar. As you know, they mirror each other. Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar, they behave very similarly when crossed against other currencies. But yeah, I knew exactly what I needed to get to the 7,000. And then it was good night time. I didn't want to have anything to do with it after that. Okay, this one, I did rewind it. But for this benefit, this one was, I think, a bit cleaner. Yeah, okay, so we had 1 touch, 2 touches, and then I counted that as the 3rd touch. So I'd probably want to be a bit more pedantic, but yeah, anyway, that's the 3rd touch of this trend line here. So 1, bounced up, rejected, bounced up, rejected, came back down here, starting to slow down. It's not going as deep. The pullback, that for me, this is slowing down. The lows are getting closer together. It's starting to slow down. I don't think I checked the MACD. Did we have any kind of divergence? I can't. Do you know what? I'm too tired. I'm recording this at 9:30 at night to look. But anyway, so I was waiting for a strong 5-minute candle break, and you see that here. So I bought here. Stops would have gone down here, and then it kept rolling up, and I think my take profit again was around here to get to that. Australian dollar was, euro odd was 4,000. So that's how I managed to get out of the drawdown. I was so happy, absolutely over the moon. Yeah, that's it. I've rambled through that. I hope that's beneficial to people or they enjoy seeing that. I didn't film it this time. Obviously, I didn't want to put that extra pressure on me. FTMO are amazing, by the way. They do not mess around. Minutes later, I got this email saying, congratulations, you're about to be an FTMO trader. Here's the contract form. The contract form's really simple. Well, it's a big contract that they send you digitally, and then you sign it. Yeah, it was just so quick. And I filled it in. It was really nice. There was a little section where they ask you a few questions and ask you to upload a picture of yourself because that will go on the website. This is someone who's just recently passed one of the verifications. Yada, yada, yada. I've been sent other emails as well since then. And then finally, they built my account. And I couldn't believe it came through today. So I passed on the Friday. Filled that form in on the Friday night, and signed the contract on the Friday night, and then they built my account. So this is my account. Obviously, there's no activity in there. I'm going to give myself a couple of days off because it has been an emotionally draining process. But really, really excited. Really excited. It was interesting actually. FTMO sent me an email saying, basically, these are the rules. You can't trade certain news events. Please bookmark. It's this one here, this calendar. Please bookmark this. Look, every day you're trading this week. So that Wednesday we know we've got a load of stuff with New Zealand dollar and JPY. Don't trade in 2 minutes either side of any restricted news events. 2 minutes either side is what they are. They're saying. They also said in the contract that you can keep your trades in over news events, but they have to have been put in 2 minutes, as in longer than 2 minutes either side of that news event. So if you had like a couple of day swing trade in there, then you could, and it'd already been there in a day, you know, the trade was going for a day and a half, you'd be able to keep that in over the news event. That's pretty good. I didn't know that. And then obviously the one that I think everybody knows and understands is get everything out before the market close. You can't leave your positions open over the weekend, which is absolutely, you know, I think it's slightly different with cryptos that run over the weekend, but for Forex, certainly get it out before the close on Friday night. So yes, really, really excited for that. I couldn't believe how quickly they got it all set up. I was really, really pleased with it all. Hopefully this has been useful to everybody. Sorry it's been so long. I will absolutely keep everybody up to date with what I'm doing. I don't know. I also want to try and record some live trades, but again, I don't want to put that pressure on myself, and honestly trying to find the time during the day. What I will do is I'll take a couple of days off when I know, well, hopefully know some big stuff's coming up, and then see if I can record like a day's worth of trading, and then I'll edit it so you're not, you know, bored out of your mind. But yeah, that's it. Super excited. Thanks for everybody writing really nice comments to me. Really appreciate it. You've been fantastic, really supportive. And yeah, just really pleased that this is finally over. I think the biggest thing to my biggest bit of advice for anybody looking to do this is do not rush it. Do not rush it. Take your time. And as long as you follow the rules, never ever break their rules, because you will just immediately lose and they will not give you another chance at it without you having to buy another one. Just take your time, be patient. And if you go into a drawdown, just realize that you can get out of it. All it takes is a couple of good trades to go in your favor, and you'll be fine. Let your profits run. Really do. Don't just go, oh, I'll take that £1,000 now because then I'm, you know, that's a decent chunk of my target. Let your good trades run. I could have honestly passed this challenge 5 times over, I think, had I been brave and left my trades in. I was letting them get to $2.5 grand and saying, I'll take that, you know, and then we'll get the rest another day. And then it keeps going and keeps going. And you think, well, actually, you do the maths and you go, oh, that would have passed me the whole challenge. So be brave. And also, something that really helped me, sorry, I'm rambling now, but last thing I'll say, something that really helped me is a book that I downloaded called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. It is amazing, okay, because all it does is addresses psychology. Do yourself a favor, download it, audiobook, download like digital version, or buy it, a physical copy if they still exist these days. Read it, absolutely read it. It will change the way that you look at trading, and it will enable you to think in probabilities and really put yourself into this mindset where anything can happen. It's liberating. It's absolutely liberating. Please definitely check it out. All right, I'm going to shut up. Thank you for listening to this. I will keep everybody up to date. I will do my best to keep these videos rocking and rolling. Thanks for all your support. Anybody who's messaged me, I really do appreciate it. Yeah, so I will. I'll leave you to it now. I hope everybody is good and well, and you will hear from me very soon, I'm sure. All right, take it easy, and if it's easy, take it.